Hello YouTube and welcome to another episode of Let's Build an Inca Plot. Now, like I said at the start of my late time video, if you guys want to see more, then comment below, let me know if it's a good idea or if it's a bad idea, of uploading sort of 2 or 3 episodes a day of one series. So I'm still going to be doing one series a day, but instead of uploading like one video a week, it'll be like, 2, 3 videos a week. So you're getting a bit more progression in the series. It's going to be, won't be lasting as long. We'll be able to get onto other series, new stuff, a lot quicker, and it'll be a bit more fun. So let me know in the comments below what you think about that. I'm saying that in this episode because not everybody watches Lake Town videos, not everybody watches Hobbit videos. So if you don't watch the Lake Town videos, then go watch the first sort of 2 or 3 minutes of that Lake Town video if you want to hear like the full reasons why and stuff. Other than that, let's get into this episode. So this episode, what we're going to be doing, we could be working on that main building, but I need to do a bit more research on what sort of stuff should go in that main building, so we're not doing that. Could work a bit more on the cave, but I think that's going to be a bit boring. So what we're going to do is something that's been bothering me for God knows how long, and that is redoing the mountains. So we're not redoing the mountains properly, we're just going to be repainting them. That's the term that I use for, putting all the materials on. So, brush, sphere, 1, 5. We're just going to go a complete base coat of just stone. And we're going to mask 1, and I think it's 78. I think it's 78. It wasn't 78. What the hell's 78 then? Oh, it's 72, isn't it? Yep, 70. Oh, 172. Ooh, I wonder what 78 is then. Mask 172. So we're just going to completely get rid of all of the stone and all of the... Yeah, we'll get rid of all the ice as well, the snow. It's just, in my opinion, looking at this now, I mean, it still needs a little bit of work, but that looks better than this. This just hurts my eyes. There's too much going on. There's a lot there. It's just a bit... So what we're going to do is I think I'll just redo this one section and then do the rest off camera. I think that'll be better than doing everything at once. So there's also a few things that I want to fix up by hand, but again, it's going to be a bit boring to watch. So we'll just do this one small section. Now these bits here now look instantly better just by doing that. What we're going to do is a brush of dark stone. So brush, sphere, 1 and 1:5. Size 2, a small size. And we'll keep the mask on 1 because that shouldn't affect too much. And we're just going to do underneath here. And in fact, I don't like that. I want more dark stone. So we're going to do comma 1:5, comma 1:5. And this is just an easier way of doing it without having to use percentage signs, which can get a bit long in a command. So just by adding more of one material, you're going to get more of it in the brush. So you can see here for this little section, we've just got more dark stone on this cliff, which I think looks quite nice. Now I'm also going to do that on sort of these bits that come down here, and we also need to get rid of a lot of the grass and stuff that's up here. So I'm just going to punch away all of this, turn the majority of it into stone again. Like I said, a lot of this needs fixing up by hand, which you can see me doing now. It's just going to be a lot easier to do. You can't always get nice looking terrain with World Edit. It helps a bunch, but it's not always going to be perfect. So there's always going to be bits that you've got to come in and fix by hand. So don't worry too much if your terrain doesn't look great first time that you do it. That's looking a bit better now. So now we can use this brush, really get a lot of dark stone in this little valley. I can't really call it a valley because it's a tiny section, but you get the idea. We're also going to put a little bit here and a bit coming down there. This needs fixing by hand so badly, so we'll do that as best as we can in the tight space that we've got. We've got like a little bit of a cliff here, so I'm actually going to bring this forwards and make it a proper cliff. Adding bits that come like cuts into it like this. I think that's going to just look a little bit nicer. We'll bring this down and round a little bit more. and then we can actually bring this up, and it just gives us a little bit more, like an extra block or two of space to play with up here, so we can actually smooth it out a little nicer and bring the arm of this mountain round a little bit. So it's not going to be completely straight, it's not going to be as hideous as it once was. So I think that's made quite a nice difference already. People may disagree, but if you do disagree, screw you. It's my build. Also, if you have that sort of attitude to people reviewing your plot on the server, then you're not going to get any ranks on the server. When people suggest things to improve the plot, one, it's not going to be always for that one specific thing. It might just be, oh, you need to change this, and that might apply to the whole plot. We're just going to say it once. If you do have the opinion where just like you know best, then you're not going to progress at all in Minecraft or in anything. You always need to be learning. If someone challenges something that you believe, like so if you believe yours is better, or you believe you're doing it the right way, if someone challenges that, you need to stop and think, like, well, why are they saying that I'm doing it wrong? Why is it wrong? You can't just have the opinion of, no, I'm right. That's just my opinion on things in life in general. So you should always be thinking, like, if someone stops and challenges you, you got to think, why? What am I doing that could be better to improve? So there you go. We've just smoothed that out a little bit. That looks instantly better. I do need to get rid of that and possibly get rid of 2 of those. Yeah. So that looks a lot nicer now. So we can use that brush down here again on this little bit of a cliff, bringing it up there, bringing it in that gap there, and here as well. And then we'll do a little bit down this side and there. And I think even just using this small brush, it's going to look a lot nicer than what we did originally have. The clay definitely didn't work. It was a test idea, mainly because I've seen Reality do it loads. Reality is a great terraformer on the server. Great builder. I've done a plot review on one of his plots, which is pretty good. He's really good at terraforming, and some of the terrain that he makes is just breathtaking. So I see him use it a lot, so I was just giving it a trial, and it didn't work. It's okay. If things don't work, you can always just fix them later. So you just need to be able to look at it and be able to say that it doesn't work. So now we're adding the darker stone. It's not looking too bad, but we do need some of the light stone in there. And I think I'm actually just going to do this by hand. Like I said, some bits need to be done by hand. So what we're going to do is we're going to change this to the light stone, and then just go over the tops like this, just where the peaks are. Just add a little bit of a highlight in every now and then. And then we can take a step back and just look at this and see how that looks, how that's mixing together. See, this bit down here does not mix too well. So what we're going to do is swap this out for the normal stone, and swap some of this dark stone out here as well, and just blend it down a little better. How's that looking now? Now that's looking a little nicer. Still need to transition this a little bit more, but it's getting there. It's looking a little nicer, looking a little softer on the eyes. Bring that there. Yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that looks now. So like I said, some of these you are going to have to just go in by hand and make the changes. And you also want to transition your blocks. You never want a straight, clean edge. You always need to have them mixing in. And yeah, I'm quite happy with the way that peaks turned out. So let's do some more of the light stone up here. We also need to add ice stone, so I'll do that in a brush. So we'll do brush, sphere, 1:3, 1:3, 1:4, 1:0. Size 2. The mask should still be on 1. So when I do that, yeah, it all works. It all looks pretty nice. So we can do that a little bit. Bring this quite far down. Bring it all up here. You notice as well, there's a few gaps. That's from a world edit brush that I did, where things got a little bit messed up, a little bit out of hand. So I'm also going to go and fix those by hand as well. So basically I'm just going to grab a block and just punch out these snow bits that are messed up and put them in place like this. This is a small little thing, and I'll probably cut this out and I'll be back when I'm done. Alright guys, so we're back, and I'm actually rethinking now this light stone. I'm just going to swap it for normal stone and see how that looks. I think it's going to look a little better. I'm also just going to do a little dab on top of the snowy peak. Yeah, so using the light stone, it's adding too much contrast in the materials and the environment that I've got it in, so I'm not going to go for that. I'm just going to go for simple dark stone and light stone, and I think it's looking a little nicer. It's looking quite good. We're going to also put the other brush back in for dark stone, and we can just brush that around here a little bit more. And where I would normally have the light stone, I'm just going to have all normal stone, if that makes sense. It's going to be quite nice. We also need to get rid of all of this down here. We'll get rid of all the light stone at another time. Just like I said, I'm going to do a lot of this off camera, repainting the terrain, making it look a little bit nicer. So we've got that nice dark layer at the bottom, and then it's going to be all light stone at the top, like this. Swap some of these dark ones out as well. We don't need them this high up. Like I said, there's going to be ice at the top of these as well. If we just take a step back, you can see it's got a nicer transition. It's looking a little smoother, a little better. We also do need a bit more normal stone in here, probably because the contrast of the light stone. So if I do a brush, actually, brush sphere 1:05 mask 1:6, and we can just brush all of that out quite quickly. There wasn't that much anyway. Good. And then brush sphere 1:0 1:0 1:5. So now we've got more of the usual stone. Smaller brush size, mask 1, and we can just go in, add more of the normal stone, so the dark stone, like this. Transition it down a little bit. There we go, it's looking a little nicer. We want more of the light stone than you do the dark stone. The dark stone sort of to show the tighter ridges and the cliffs and stuff like that. And that's looking okay. And then we want more of the snow one again. So we find that in our big long list. That was that one. And just dab it in the top, dab a bit in there. Bring it round because it's only a small brush, and that should look okay. And I brought that down a bit too much, but it's fine. It actually kind of works a little bit. Put a bit more in there. I quite like the look of the new mountains. Not sure about you guys. It's less contrasty. It's less bitty. It kind of just blends together a lot nicer. It's not hurting your eyes as much. Like if I just go show you guys over here, you can see there's so much going on. This is actually done better. Like here, for example, there's just so much going on. It looks so messy and so... So there's a lot that needs to be fixed there. Here, in general, though, it looks a lot smoother and nicer, and it's more of a backdrop than a main feature, which is what I'm going for, especially with these. So I'll be doing a lot more of this off camera. I'm also going to redo the roads at some point. These ones aren't too bad. The ones going into the village are. And we also need to redo this and make it less messy, like we've just done over there. But I might do that off camera as well, because you don't really need to see the same things over and over and over and over. Don't forget to go check out the Lake Town vid if you haven't already, to see the explanation why I'm going to be doing extra videos, and comment below if you want me to do the extra videos. Comment below if you don't want me to do the extra videos, if you're happy with the one a week thing. And that's it for the episode, guys. It's not really been an exciting one, but hopefully you've learned something with, like, terraforming and terrain and painting and stuff, because even I'm learning as I progress. Even I need to change things and improve, so hopefully you guys have as well. That's it for this episode, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.